Hello, dear students. Hope all of you are in good health. This is our third video lecture, and here we are going to discuss major political parties in India that functioned from 1947 till 1980. That is, those political parties who fought elections and contested for government formation in independent India. The history of a development of democratic and political system in India can be traced back to British rule, that is prior to 1947 or before independence of India. We know that in 1885 Indian National Congress came into being, and the leaders associated with Indian National Congress, called as nationalist leaders, from the beginning demanded introduction of democratic setup in India, as it had taken roots in many different nations of the world as well as in Britain itself. From 1885 till 1946, we see in India growth of many political parties who often took part in elections held at provincial level in British India. In 1946, the colonial state finally agreed to elect a Constituent Assembly. The Constituent Assembly was tasked to frame India's constitution, a constitution that would decide upon political and other aspects of independent India. The constitution that was framed by Constituent Assembly came into force on 26th January 1950 and decided that India would be a federal, parliamentary, democratic republic, where multiple parties would contest elections on the basis of free competition. Many parties were existent already in India before independence, that is, during British rule, and many parties were born after that. Some of them died soon, some merged together, and some, like BJP, that is Bharatiya Janata Party, showed exponential growth. Here we will discuss some of the important political parties that functioned at national level. The first one that we take, or what we start with, is Indian National Congress, a household name. Indian National Congress, as we know, was formed in 1885, and since 1885 till 1947, that is independence of India, it was mainly a nationalist movement fighting for independence of India from British rule. From 1947, it functioned as a political entity or a political party. For initial years, as we see, after independence of India, it was a major political party in India that remained dominant at center as well as in many states of India. At central level, Congress lost for the first time in 1977 general elections. That is, from 1947, when India got independence, till 1977, all the elections at the central level and subsequent government formation at the central level was done by Congress. The crucial juncture in the history of Indian National Congress came in 1947. When Congress from a nationalist movement was going to be a political party now. As a result, changes in the constitution or the working style of Indian National Congress had to be introduced as time demanded. One of the important changes that was introduced in Congress in 1948 at Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel's behest was that no person belonging to any other political party could be member of the Congress. While this was acceptable before 1948, as we have seen that during British rule before 1947, many Congress members had affiliations or were members of other political parties as well. particularly the socialists and the communists. We know in India during British rule there was Socialist Party or Congress Socialist Party and Communist Party, and members of these, that is Socialist Party and Communist Party of the India, were at the same time members of Indian National Congress as well. But this was done away with in 1948. Those who were members of other political parties now ceased to be the members of Congress Party. The second important political party that we take up here is Kisan, Mazdoor, Praja Party. This was a new political party that was born out of Congress in 1951 by Congress dissidents led by J.B. Kirpalani. As we have talked earlier in the previous slide, that in 1948 certain changes were introduced in the working style of Congress. When interim government was formed in 1946, Nehru was chosen as its head. Nehru at that time, when interim government was formed and he was chosen as head of the interim government, was president of INC as well. And he resigned from the post of the presidentship of Indian National Congress, stating that the head of the government and president of the Congress could not be the same person. This proposal was not acceptable to J.B. Kirpalani, who was in line to become new Congress president or the next Congress president. But Nehru and Patel, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, were firm and neglected the aspirations and suggestions of the Kirpalani group. Owing to these differences, J.B. Kirpalani and associates left Congress to form a new political party. This party fought 1951-1952 general elections and won 9 Lok Sabha seats. However, it was renamed as Praja Socialist Party when Socialist Party merged with it after 1951-52 general elections. The third important political party in independent India was the Congress Socialist Party or the Socialist Party. This party was founded in 1934, much before the independence of India, with Acharya Narendra Deva as president and J. Prakash Narayana as general secretary. This party since then had intimately worked with Congress, as there were many leaders in Congress, including Nehru, who were supporters of socialist ideas. Though it was closely associated with Congress, Congress Socialist Party had its own constitution and working organization. When in 1948, as we have talked earlier, Congress decided not to accept membership of any person who was member of some other party, socialists were reluctant to dissolve Congress Socialist Party and join Congress. As a consequence, Congress Socialist Party parted ways with Congress, renamed their party as Socialist Party, dropping the word Congress. Another important reason for this breakup with Indian National Congress was that socialists were not happy with Nehru when he was head of the interim government. They accused him of not implementing socialism in letter and spirit, but instead helping capitalists. Socialist Party fought 1951-52 general elections as independent party and won 12 seats. After that, it merged with Kisan, Mazdoor, Praja Party. The fourth important political party of independent India was the Praja Socialist Party. Soon after the general elections of 1951 and 52, an important event took place in the political history of independent India. The two parties that we have discussed in the previous 2 slides, that is Socialist Party and Kisan Mazdoor Praja Party, who on ideological differences had parted ways from Congress, as well as fought 1951 and 52 general elections as independent parties, merged in September 1952 to form a new political party known as Praja Socialist Party, with J.B. Kirpalani of Kisan Mazdoor Praja Party as chairman and Ashok Mehta of Socialist Party as general secretary. Praja Socialist Party emerged as largest opposition party to the Congress at that time after the merger. This party could not sustain for a long, mainly due to ideological differences. Most of its leaders either died or left the party. As the record we have, PSP won 19 seats in 1957 general elections, 12 seats in 1962 general elections, 13 seats in 1967 general elections, and only 2 seats in 1971 general elections. However, this party again started working in 2015 in Kerala and is currently part of a National Democratic Alliance led by BJP party. The fifth important political party of independent India was the Communist Party of India. This party as well, that is CPI, Communist Party of India, was also associated with Congress since 1936, as was the Socialist Party of India. However, due to differences, left Congress in 1945, much before independence of India. The Communist Party of India had revolutionary belief and were unwilling to follow Congress discipline. Communist Party of India participated in 1951-52 general elections and won 23 seats. Initially, it recognized that India had become free and supported Nehru. But in December 1947, under Soviet guidance, it declared that the independence of India is fake and gave the slogans of "Ye Azadi Jhoothi hai." This freedom is fake. Communists accused Congress of betrayal. Meanwhile, there occurred ideological rift between Communist China and Communist Russia. As a result of this rift, a crisis engulfed CPI, the Communist Party of India. Finally, as a result of these differences, this rift, it split in 1964 into CPI, Communist Party of India, and Communist Party of India, Marxist. CPI, on its official website, maintains that it was founded on 26th December 1925 at Kanpur, while CPIM, that is Communist Party of India Marxist, maintains that it was founded on 17th October 1920 in Tashkent, with M.N. Roy, Hasrat Mohani, and others as the founding members. Both CPI and CPIM are functional even today, fighting elections, but have been weakened to a great extent. Communist Party of India Marxist particularly has a representation in Lok Sabha as well as in state legislatures of Kerala, where it is leading the government, state legislature of the West Bengal, Tripura, Rajasthan, Himachal Pradesh, Odisha, and Maharashtra. Communists in India believed that the bourgeoisie or the capitalist class can be overthrown only by means of a peasant revolution, as has happened in Russia and China. They strongly believed in an armed struggle. Maoists who have launched an armed struggle against the state and are active even today in northeastern states of India are influenced by communist ideas. The last important political party that we will be discussing here is Bharatiya Jana Sangh, precursor of modern day BJP. Bharatiya Jana Sangh was formed in October 1951 by S.P. Mukherjee, who had served as president of Akhil Bharatiya Hindu Mahasabha from 1943 to 1946. He launched Bharatiya Jana Sangh in collaboration with RSS and served its first president. Thus, Bharatiya Jana Sangh was to act as a political arm of RSS and was directly controlled by it. Ideologically, this party stood for Hindutva or Hindu nationalism, Akhand Bharat, United India, and communal politics. It was strongly anti-Pakistan and always had opposed special status given to the state of Jammu and Kashmir. In fact, Mukherjee initially was a minister in Nehru government's cabinet. He resigned from his position because he had differences with Nehru on Jammu and Kashmir's special status and Article 370. Bharatiya Sangh showed considerable progress since its inception, since its formation. As we can see from the record that it won 3 seats in 1951-52 general elections, 4 in 1957 general elections, 14 seats in 1962 general elections and 35 seats in 1967 general elections. Bharatiya Sangh in 1977 joined hands with other parties like Bharatiya Lokdal, Congress Organization and Socialist Party to form Janata Party, which formed the first non-Congress government in 1977. However, in 1980, members of the Janata Party left it to form a new political party named as BJP or Bharatiya Janata Party. That is all. These are the 6 important political parties or major political parties that functioned from 1947 to 1980 in independent India. Thank you for watching.